Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
And I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about 1,000 Pound Sisters, Season 5, Episode 2.
Listen here, let us introduce ourselves one more time. I am Christopher, and this is my wife, Blair. This is our first time reviewing 1,000 Pound Sisters, but Blair's a pro at this.
Yeah, I love the show.
She's been watching since Season 1, and she's going to walk us through what happened in this episode tonight. So walk us through, Blair.
All right. Well, we start, Tammy is talking to us, and she's saying, look, we've made fun of Amy's eyes before.
We have.
My forehead, and people's missing teeth.
Yeah.
She says that Amy should be used to it. Tammy also feels that she has to get reacclimated to her family and the drama because it was a lot. She was looking forward to coming home and just enjoying her home party that her family was throwing for her, but it turned to a whole thing.
Listen here. I watched last season, though, and that was the first season I ever seen of the show. I heard of these two. And even seeing Tammy just in these little 5-10 minute spurts, she's a total different person.
She's so calmer.
A total different person.
I really didn't know she had it in her.
Do you think the weight made her mean?
I think it did.
Meaning, and I don't mean fat itself, but I'm just saying like the inability to enjoy life to its fullness. You get what I'm saying?
I think that, no pun intended, weighed heavily on her.
Okay, we are comedians today,
no,
y'all.
I'm just saying, like, her not being able to move around how she wanted to. She was very fearful of a lot of things, like even being able to walk up steps or use a ramp. Like, her life was so limited. So I think with this, she's able to do more, and she seems to be more mature. Like, the way she acted before, like, I couldn't tell if she had some type of arrested development. Like, it seemed like she acted like a child, like a for real legit child, to where I thought maybe she had like some developmental delays, but she seems like completely different,
completely calm and everything. She did not even add to the confusion and everything. Let's keep going, Blair.
Yeah. Well, her brother Chris comes over. He's going to take Tammy to the grocery store to do some shopping, and he asks her how she's holding up without Caleb, and she misses him. You know, that's her husband. Chris wants to let her know, just don't let it get you depressed. He doesn't want to see her in a dark spot and coping in all these unhealthy ways. Yeah. She had a moment where she cried on the way home when they had picked her up from the rehab facility.
They showed us that.
And Tammy is saying that she's just trying to block her feelings out so that way she doesn't get depressed. Tammy wants to throw herself a housewarming for herself and her whole family with her aunties and cousins to just welcome her into her new space. So
listen here, and then another achievement of what happened, I think Chris put her in the front seat. Yeah,
they put her in the passenger seat of the front car, and she was able to buckle her seatbelt.
Yeah,
so that was huge. From her going
and close the door.
Yeah, and close the door herself, and from her going from sitting on the floor in the back of a car or a truck to be able to sit in the passenger seat.
Definitely
like, I was just thinking how dehumanizing that must feel, you know, to not be able to sit up properly and to see the road and to converse with the people that you're in the car with. Like, even for us, like, that may be a small thing of just like, I'm just going to get in the car. But she even said to the point, like, I'm actually able to see, you know, the road and streets and things before other people because I'm sitting in the front. Like, I'm not the last one in the car anymore.
That's actually interesting. I wonder if, not to be funny, but I'm like, if you, if you're always in the back, like, how do you know how to get home? I'm just saying, like, you're in the back, you don't get to see the road. So all these little things that Tammy is experiencing, we are experiencing with her, with watching it and things like that. And it just changed her whole attitude on life. And now she's in the grocery store getting healthy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. She chooses healthy foods. And she's really making a conscious effort to do that. And it's just amazing to see because, totally different.
And listen here.
Yeah.
It's always good when you're in these type of fights, and it doesn't have to be weight, but it could be something that is a big damper on your life, that you have someone like a Chris in your corner.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Someone that encourages you, but at the same time pushes you. You get what I'm saying? Because he could easily be like, you know what? Since you can fit in the backseat passenger seat, you go sit in the back and things like that. But he was like, you know what? We're going to keep taking these steps forward. We're going to keep progressing just so you can build your self-esteem and things like that. Yeah. And, you know, it's good to see. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Well, Tammy's getting ready to set up for the housewarming party. Yeah. And then Amy arrives to help her sister set up.
Yeah.
And the theme of the party is Free Tammy.
Free her.
Then they mentioned something about like Free Willy. So I was just like, okay, here y'all go making fun and stuff like that. Tammy was like, they should have said like Tammy is free because she's like, I'm home, but whatever.
No, it's okay. We already printed the hats. It cost us money.
Well, Amy apologizes for leaving Tammy's party, how she left, and Tammy wishes Amy just would have tried harder to just keep the peace. And just been happy for her. Amy says that it was just a stressful day. Like they were preparing stuff in the morning. She had the kids with her. Like it was just a lot. And Tammy apologizes because she doesn't want to be part of Amy's stress and she no longer wants to be a burden on her. That alone, Tammy was not worried about being nobody's burden in the past.
Teach me.
She was like, y'all need to come over here and bring me my food. I'm not going to have this nursing assistant in my house. I want my siblings to take care of me. If she even feel like talking to her siblings for the day. Like, she was a hellion. So for her to apologize for being a burden, I'm like, this is unreal.
Listen here, man. Even with that scene with Amy as her sister, right? We could tell that, like, hey, something else is going on with Amy. That we gonna find out later on the episode. But something's going on with Amy because I'm like, this family throws shots at each other. And it's not like shots in the sense of like with malice. You get what I'm saying? Like the same way as when they see each other, they say, hey, B. You get what I'm saying? So I can kind of see where Amanda is to where, hey, we crack jokes all the time.
Like this is what we do.
Don't try to make it seem like what I did was out of malice.
Like I'm a bully or something.
Like no, like you're trying to make me the villain. And I think it's big and good of Amy to come by to apologize to Tammy. And even though she said it in one of the cussing, she said she's not a burden. That's my sister. You get what I'm saying? As you was telling me while watching the show, they're not like just sisters, but they have like that best friend relationship to where they really do look out for each other. Even though Tammy was a tyrant seasons ago. You get what I'm saying? Let's go.
And Amy's like, like I love my sister. I would never give up on her, and I never have. And you know, them joking around and just hanging out, you know, it's starting to feel like old times again.
If you kill somebody, I'm gonna side with you because you're my sister. Okay, no, I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm not.
And I ain't gonna bury the body.
Matter of fact, I'm telling.
Exactly. F her. She can go to jail.
And then that's when we really put the use to them hats.
Exactly.
Let's go, Blair.
And Tammy is saying that she, Amy has been, being busy with her family and planning stuff, it has really put a Band-Aid over her missing Caleb. So it's doing a good job of distracting her and keeping her positive.
I would say it's not doing a good job.
Why say that?
Because putting a Band-Aid over a cut is cool. But we don't really understand, at least at this point, how big of a pain it is to miss Caleb. Especially since we already know the ending. You get what I'm saying? So I wish, as mean as it may say, that she didn't get married to Caleb in rehab.
Because it adds another layer of stress to her. When
you go to rehab, your focus should have been to get better. Maybe if she would have got better, maybe if they both would have got better, they would have both got out together. Then you work on getting married if you want to get married and things like that. But I think putting another stressor on your life, another job, another responsibility for somebody else to where you are about to die yourself.
And you can't even take care of yourself, let alone help take care of another person.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I feel like her having Caleb there probably did help change her attitude.
Maybe.
And he was, I think, a motivating factor in a lot of ways.
Maybe.
So it might have been good for the moment, but I'm hoping that she doesn't let this bring her down.
We'll see. Let's go.
Well, we go check in on Caleb.
Let's see Caleb.
And it's been a week since Tammy left. And Caleb, he's not doing too great. He's been emotionally eating since Tammy's left. And he doesn't really want to tell her his thoughts or what he's going through because he doesn't want to be a burden on her. So Caleb is really going through it. Next, Amanda and Misty arrive to Tammy's house, and Amy pulls Amanda aside to have a one-on-one conversation. So Amy talks to Amanda, and she apologizes for how she reacted.
Yeah.
She starts crying, and she expresses to her sister Amanda that her emotions are just all over the place. And Amanda tells Amy, like, I really think it's more than just like stress. Like, I think you're really depressed, and you know, medication can help and all that, but you really need to get to the root issue and fix what's wrong in your life for you to feel better.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel that we immediately go to medication. Because there is a root to it, right? Because, how can I put it? Maybe it's because we kind of see the stress as viewers.
Yeah, we can see the issue. So we're able to say, if you fix this, then you'll be straight.
But but even then, I don't know. And maybe I'm speaking out of place. Because they are big, right? Because they are fat. Because they are going through whatever they're going through, right? There's a lot of, I see medication in this position as a quick fix. And I'm like, I don't know if we should quick fix this.
Well, see, I don't necessarily look at it that way. I see from your standpoint, but I also think that when you're so burdened with feeling depression and down, you can't find the motivation to have the energy to change things, to think outside of your negative thoughts. So that can at least clear the storm a little bit for you to try to make some momentum happen. So I think that it's a good jumping start. Amy might not be somebody who needs to be on medication for her whole life because it might be a situational thing, but at least the medication can give her a jump start to improving her mood so she can make some changes. But it seems like she's fearful to make those changes. And that's where I think therapy needs to come into place.
And that's where therapy is where they actually
like talk to you
and give you prescription for medication if need be.
No, psychiatry is where they give that. Psychology or talk therapy is where they help you process your issues and work through them. But the reason I feel like Amy's on medication, and I think that's why Amanda said, you know, not only medication can help you, you need to fix the issue.
You think she's already on antidepressants? Yeah,
the way that Amanda said it is I feel like she's already on it and she's trying to get Amy to do more. So
it's kind of hard because we about to find out why she feel like she can't do more, or not feel, or probably physically can't do more and things like that.
Yeah. Well, Amanda says, you know, Michael, Amy's husband, doesn't work or help with the kids. Amy's thinking about hiring a nanny. And Amanda's like, would you be thinking about hiring a nanny if Michael would help you? And she said, not really. Yeah, if Michael were to step up, she wouldn't be thinking about getting a nanny. Yeah. They hug it out, and then they move on from their issue.
That's nice. Let's go.
Family and friends start to arrive to the housewarming party. And Tammy's mom and, you know, their mom is there. And her mom never thought that Tammy would be able to change her life and do this. And her mom isn't coming with any compliments. All the other family members are saying how great she looks. And, you know, they're proud of her. And mom is just sitting there silent, drinking her soda. So Tammy confronts her mom about it. And her mom says that, I'm proud you made me a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like that. What do you feel about the relationship between her and her mom?
They have a checkered past with their mom.
How so?
Like I don't know if they felt like loved or supported by her. I don't think her mom was the most nurturing. I'll put it that way. And they had to figure out a lot of things with life on their own, like even down to the fact of keeping a clean house, which is what they didn't have growing up. And Amy, you know, when she would be on live and, you know, different videos and stuff, she'd have roaches like crawling on the back of her house and the walls.
In real life.
Wow. And people were making fun of her for having like a roach infested house. And she was like, I wasn't raised like knowing how to clean. Like, I don't know how to keep a clean home and things like that. So like even down to something that small, if you can imagine it being magnified in all these different ways, like they didn't have the support and guidance of their mom.
That's interesting. Even hearing her mother say that she haven't seen Tammy in over a year and things like that, you know, due to rehab and things like that. And do you think when she seen Tammy that she felt like happy for her, or was it like this is her way of being happy by saying, like, thank you for making me a liar?
I would try to think of it and put it in their words of how I think she would think was like, damn, the bee did it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's a pride thing of just like, okay.
But, and the way I'm asking it is, did Tammy contribute or to how people kind of didn't believe that she was going to get better?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So like,
and I don't think she should fault anybody for not believing in her.
Okay.
Because she didn't believe in her for the longest.
Okay.
And like the mom said, she's tried so many different diets. She's quit so many different things. Like, her mom just gave up hope that she'd actually do it. And honestly, I can't fault her mom for that, because sometimes with people with addiction and all these different issues, you do get to the point where you're just like, this is the life that they're choosing. And if I'm going to have to bury them in a box because of it, that is their decision. And you kind of have that, make that resolve within yourself, peace with it, so that way you don't, it doesn't weigh so heavily on your life. Now, I don't know the way that they describe their mom and how their mom acts. I don't know if the mom is that empathetic towards her kids to where their decisions affect her in that way. But I can understand why somebody would be like, I don't think you're going to do it, and I ain't going to think about it. What do you think?
Well, this is the first time I've seen the mom, so I don't really know the relationship between them. Just from seeing it for the first time, I thought the mother was proud in her own way. Okay. Because they obviously show affection in different ways, especially from where they're from. So, like, kind of the example that we use with them calling each other bees and things like that. So, even with Tammy, when she was just sitting there, I'm not going to say she looked uncomfortable, but she didn't look, what's the word? She didn't look happy that she's happy. Yeah. It's more like, I'm not saying that she was angry, but it was more like there was a little tension that you could feel. Tammy was like, I'm not trying to make you a liar or anything like that. And your mother was like, no, I'm happy you made me a liar. You're
my mom was just like, good for you.
Yeah. Let's go.
So Chris tells us that he's tried to cut calories on the meal. So he's like the resident barbecuer and all this type of stuff. Yeah. And he's like, look, the whole family, everybody's on some type of weight loss journey. Wow. And he said, I tried to use like sugar-free barbecue sauce, like all these different things to cut calories where I could. And I think that was really good, because it's hard to eat healthy when you're at these family gatherings. And, we're in the holidays right now, and people going to stack up their plate sky high. I'll tell you this right now.
If you bring healthy food to me coming home, I'm not showing up. You get what I'm saying?
So he's just trying to help them keep the momentum going. Yeah. So they decide they're going to play this game called Pin the Trach on Tammy. Ew. And that's the type of stuff where I'm just like, okay, they joke and they play with each other. And probably for a lot of households, they'd be like, oh, that's messed up. Like, she had the trach, she almost died. But it's like, no, we're going to pin the trach on Tammy.
Especially since she ain't got it no more.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So all of them take turns with the blindfold, pinning the trach on Tammy. And then once everybody's done, Tammy pins a little sticker trach on herself, and she wins the game.
And listen here, you even heard Amy joke around and say, you ain't got to put no blindfold on me. I'm blind anyway. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, let's go.
Yeah, well, Amy tells us that she feels like a single parent taking care of two boys. And Tammy says everything is making Amy cry, and her biggest problem in her life right now is her husband.
Is Michael? Oh, my goodness. Come on.
Well, Amy has decided to hire a part-time nanny so she can try to find her identity outside of the house, and outside of herself as a mom. Like, she wants to get back to herself. And the sisters come over to, talk through some things and try to see if they can help her. And it is the first time Tammy's been in Amy's house.
Now we got there.
Yes. And it was just so cool, like, to see her walk up the steps, and people were saying, like, are you okay? Do you need help? And she's like, I got it. So different.
Tammy's a different person.
Yeah. Amy, of course, doesn't think she'll need a nanny if Michael would help. Okay. And then Amy starts crying because she is just so exhausted.
But who comes out?
Michael comes out. Amanda tells Michael, look, your wife needs help. Amy lets us know that she's not allowed to go anywhere without the kids. She can, if she wants to leave one kid, she has to take the other. He's not going to be watching both of them at the same time. Michael says, I'm going to start helping.
Okay, good job, Michael.
Well, then Amy's like, well, Tammy can I go to Tammy's without bringing both kids? Because they want to go grocery shopping and then go hang out at Tammy's house for a little bit. And Michael isn't feeling it really. He said that he wants to go to Sam's Club tonight, not the club, but the grocery store.
Wow. That is an event?
He says, I'm going to Sam's.
Maybe where they live, they got to drive in the city to get there. Because I'm like, I never heard of Sam's Club being like an actual like mission today.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing Sam's today, so we got to rearrange your plans.
And on top of that, hold on. I don't know if that's contributing to their health.
What, going to Sam's Club?
Yes.
Well, Sam's Club has healthy options. You just get things in bulk.
But they getting things in bulk.
Oh my goodness! Like to last, and like you can get meat in bulk. You can get like toilet paper.
That house ain't that big, and there ain't that much people in there for them to be shopping in bulk.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Especially for Michael to be like, tonight we're going to Sam's Club. I'm like, what's at Sam's Club? That's not at your local grocery store that Tammy would just at getting the stuff for like the barbecue.
Yeah, that's true.
What are you getting in bulk, Michael? You get what I'm saying? Go ahead, Blair.
Yeah. Well, we also find out that he's in charge of all the spending, and she's not allowed to spend anything without asking for permission.
So you telling me that he don't work? Now walk me through.
He don't bring in no money
because I don't know Michael. Amy and Tammy is the stars. When I see 1,000-pound sisters, I see them both sitting on the stairs back to back.
Yep.
Letting them know. There we go. This is our thumbnail right here. Right. Basically 1,000-pound sisters. But you telling me Michael don't work? He don't help with the kids.
Nope.
And she as an Amy don't have access to her debit credit cards?
No. Now, how did that happen?
Please tell me how that happened. Continue, Blair.
Amy says she can't keep going on like this. Well, Amanda and Amy talk outside, and Amanda says, look, we're going to grab the kids. You coming out, because Amy is really having a breakdown.
Yeah.
And Amanda's trying to save her sister. And it's just... And I'm thinking, she's like, even if it's just for one night, we're going to give you a break because this is a lot. So they go in to try to grab the kids and leave. And then they also try to get the debit card from Michael, and he's refusing.
I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah. Tammy calls the cops.
Tammy like, listen here.
Yeah.
When Amanda and Michael get into it, only thing I can think of is I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Michael tells Amanda to get out the house, and Amanda says, make me.
Uh-oh. Now, Amanda look like she throws.
Yeah.
Amanda look like she throws. Now, here's the thing. I think
and then we got Amy sitting in the corner crying.
Yeah, she's sitting on the floor crying. We're going to leave Amy right there, though.
Yeah.
You stay right there, Amy, because I got to get to Blair.
Okay.
Because she lied to us. All right? You told me that Tammy was mean, back in her villain days when she was big. You ain't tell me nothing about Michael.
Well, because I don't hear nothing from Michael. Michael is silent.
So I
didn't know he was this mean.
So you telling
I knew he wasn't a helpful father, but I didn't know he was just a nasty old man.
You saw him like, make me. But my thing is, this is such a surprise because I'm like, okay, finally, Tammy is nice, which will relieve the burden off of Amy. You get what I'm saying?
You would think.
And now she can have a normal relationship with her sister, but now she's like back in the ringer, but with her family. Now she can't choose to be like, I'm not going to Tammy's house.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? She lives with the problem. Where do you see this going, Blair?
Divorce.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because to me, I think it's a form of abuse. Like,
no. It's definitely abuse.
Yeah. Yeah. And definitely financial abuse. I mean, the lady can't have access to her money to go get food for her kids.
She's the only one working.
Exactly. And to go, take care of her kids, get a hotel room, nothing. She can't do anything without Michael.
You can have access to your money when we go to the club tonight. Sam's Club. Okay. What do you think so far about this season? I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the season. Like, I really
it's a slow build for me.
Yeah, what I really like about it is the family dynamic. Like, I love shows that have a family dynamic because it's such a more real and authentic storyline. Yeah. Because these people are connected, and it's multi-layered. Like, we have the drama, but you can see the love that they have for each other, and they really do want the best for each other. And the way that they stick up for each other, especially even if they're sticking up against each one person's husband, they're really there for each other, and it's good to see. And then plus, I like to see the weight loss aspect and seeing them overcome these big hurdles. Yeah. Like, that's awesome.
Here's what I think is gonna happen. Now, this go be a left field. I think Amy go get bigger. Because she got a big stressor in the house.
Yeah.
And I don't think she gonna get divorced. And I think that's gonna cause strife between her and her sisters. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Think she gonna stick by her man?
Because Amanda is the type that seem like she defends and she's there for her sisters. You get what I'm saying? Even though the stars is Tammy and Amy, it's about the family.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They all on this journey. And I think it's going to get to the point where Amy's going to decide to stay with her husband because I don't think they're going to get divorced that easily, especially with her having 2 sons. She going to use those 2 sons as an excuse of why she's not going to get divorced. And then next thing you know, you're going to see some strife between
the siblings.
The siblings because of that. You need to leave. That's Chris talking.
Yeah.
You need to leave, or else I'm going to go over there and beat him up myself. And then they're like, don't touch my husband. You know what I mean? He got my credit cards. I don't know what he had first. You know. Anything else, Blair?
That's all I got.
Make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, all the above. Our goal was to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Y'all obviously failed us. Okay?
But we can make it to June.
We can make it 600 by the end of the year. Okay?
Right.
Anything else, Blair?
That's all I got.
Y'all be good.
Bye.